Okay. Now, I'm giving you something a little bit more like what we would use as far as an equation is concerned. How do I go about finding dy dx of this? Okay? So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you look at each of these pieces individually. Derive, 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 and bring them all down together. Okay? So how do we take a derivative of 3x squared? What happens first?
Bring down the 3.
Bring down the 3. Then what? Bring the exponent down. Then what? Rewrite the x. Then what? To what power? 1. Beautiful. Next guy. What do we do with that? Bring down the 6. Then what? So bring down a 1 because the exponent's 1. Rewrite the x, and then it's to what power?
0.
0. And then last but not least, what's the derivative of 1?
0.
How do we know? Because what does 1 look like if I drew that? Y equals 1. How much slope is that? 0. So anytime we have a constant, its slope is 0. Because currently it's x is 0. Can you clean that up? What do we get? Some of us can.
6x plus 6.
6x plus 6. There's your answer. What do you think? What is the slope at the point x equals 1 on that graph? Does anybody know what that thing looks like? Like, could you draw it right now? Without doing a little work, right? You could, but I don't know. However, I know what the slope of the tangent line at that point is. So if I know this is the slope of any given point on that curve, any point, if I tell you x is 1, what do you think the slope is when x is 1? How'd you get that? You literally plug it in. My slope is 12. What do you think? What is the slope when x is 2? What is it?
18.
Slope is 18. What's the slope when x is -1? It's 0, okay? So the slope is 0. How do you all feel about this? Pretty cool? Let's go one step further. Okay. 5x squared plus 2x plus 4. Okay. So I'm telling you, I have an equation and I have an ordered pair that's going to be on that equation, okay? And I want to know what is the slope of the tangent line at that point on this curve. So what is the slope at this point on this curve? So what do I need to do in order to find the slope of that particular point? I have to find the derivative. So I'm going to find y prime. So I'd like you to try y prime without me for a brief moment. Here.
10x plus 2.
10x plus 2. How do we feel about that? Are we good? Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah? Did you kind of do it without even thinking about it at that point? Did you take the 2 down, multiply it by the 5, and say that's 10, x to the first? And then I know the x disappears, so it's just 2, and the 4 is 0. Are you guys cool with that? So now, what is the slope at that point?
12.
How do you do it?
Plug the x in.
You take the x in, and you indeed get a 12. Okay, let's go a little further. Can you actually tell me the equation of that tangent line? What do you need in order to find the equation of a tangent line or a line? What do we need? You need an x, a y, and a slope. And then what do you use?
Your favorite.
My favorite formula. What's my favorite formula, by the way? I like that. Second period didn't know my favorite formula. All right, y2 minus y1 equals m times x2 minus x1. Do you have an x?
Yeah.
What is it?
12.
11.
X. 1. Do we have a y?
11.
11. Do we have a slope?
Yes.
What is it?
12.
Okay, let's plug it in. What is the equation of the tangent line?
Does it matter which one goes where?
So, on a personal preference, I'd prefer to keep him the second. So y minus 11 equals 12 times x minus 1. And that is complete. Unless I tell you to clean it up, that is the equation of your tangent line. What do you think? That is 3 to 4 weeks into calculus. Calc 1. Yeah. Let's say that's my equation that I just drew. Do you all agree that the tangent line looks like that? Is everybody cool with that, what I just did?
Yes.
That's my tangent line, right? So you have something called a tangent line. We also have something called a normal line. Okay? The normal line, you guys guess. What do you think normal line is?
Is it normal?
It's not, it's kind of a weird name for it, but what do you guys think normal line is? No guesses?
Chain rule.
Not yet, we will.
Is it,
Good job. What is it?
are we gonna have one that's like a hash line?
No asymptotes. That's only for dance.
Oh, I need to do that. Speaking of which, I said I need to do that.
Okay, let me draw you a normal line. What do you think a normal line is?
Perpendicular line.
Perpendicular to what?
The tangent.
Oh, what do we know about perpendicular?
Makes it right.
The opposite.
Opposite reciprocal what? Slopes. Oh, that's interesting. So if I have an equation and I have an ordered pair, I found the equation of the tangent line pretty easily. I need an x and a y and a slope. Could I actually find the equation of the normal line that goes through this as well? So let's talk a little bit again. What is a normal line? It's the what? Perpendicular, right? So do I have an x and a y in this example? What is it? The original x and y, 1 and 11. Did I have a slope for the tangent? What was it? 12. So what would the slope of the normal be? Negative 1 over 12. Can I find the equation of the normal line? What do I need to do to find the equation of a line? XY slope with my favorite formula. So this would be y minus 11 equals negative 1 over 12 times x minus 1. And you have now found the equation of a normal. Is it horrible? Yes, what's the question? No? Yeah, Phoebe, I thought you had a question.
Oh, no.
You were just looking, okay. All right, what do you think? Good, bad, ugly? Yay, that was amazing. Not so amazing? Okay, what time do we have? Okay, we're good. All right, let me also tell you, let me give you one to try. Equals 2x cubed plus 8x minus 4. All right. Could you find the equation of the tangent line for me?
$6
6x squared
plus 8.
plus 8. How did that go? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, yes, okay. Anybody else out there going, how the heck did 6 happen? Are we good? 6x squared plus 8, okay. What is the slope?
14.
Okay, how'd you get it?
Plug in 1.
Plug in 1. And then what's the y value?
6.
How do you get it?
You plug in 1 to the original equation.
So you have 2 plus 8 is 10 minus 4 is 6. Any troubles with that? Are we cool? Yeah. So then the equation of the tangent line is y minus 6 is equal to 14 times x minus 1. Yes, no, maybe so? What would the equation of the normal line be? Times. So normal. Beautiful. What do you think? Easy enough? Okay, so let me give you some insight. You only know what we call the power rule right now. The rules for the power rule is that you will always have x to a power. So if I gave you 1 over x squared and I wanted you to find its derivative, that would be a no-go because it's in a denominator. I need x to a power. So is it possible to rewrite this guy so I can use the power rule? How would it rewrite? How would you rewrite it? X to the negative 2. Is everybody cool with that? Okay, so then what would y prime of that be? Negative 2 x to the
1.
Negative 3. 0.
negative 3. You subtract 1 from the exponential power. So, if you're writing yourself little love notes, tell yourself you can never, ever, 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 ever take a derivative of something in a denominator. You must rewrite it. Okay? Are we okay with that? I don't know how many times you have to say never, ever, but I say it at least 20 times. All right? What about something like this? The square root of x.
Good morning, Raiders. I encourage you to spread kindness by telling someone you're thankful for them with a turkey gram.
1/2.
Turkey grams will cost $2 and will be available for purchase from Mr. Weaver at all lunches from November 6th through November 15th.
Can you derive
They will be
it?
delivered on November 17th. The
Either
last
or, I'll give it a
registration
try.
date for all dual enrolled students will be tomorrow schedule. Attention juniors and seniors. We are hosting a career seminar this Friday, November